probability, and really simple probability, the basics of probability. By the end of the day, you should know the definition of the word probability, you should know the definition of sample space, and you should know how to find the probability of simple events. Okay? The way you find the probability of simple events is you take the number of ways something did happen and you put it over the number of ways it could happen. And that's your probability. For example, if who in here plays basketball? If Zach made 7 free throws and he shot 10 free throws, okay, his probability of making another one is 7 over 10, which is 0.7. And then you make it a percent, which is what percent? 70%. So the probability of Zach making the next free throw based on his first 10 free throws is 70%. Okay? You put the number of the ways the thing did happen over the number of ways it could have happened. Okay? He shot 10 free throws, so he could have made 10. But how many did he make? 7. So his percentage is what? 70%. Yeah. So here you got a bowl with 7 days on it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on a piece of paper, put in a hat. Okay? Now we're going to draw out of that hat. Okay? So now how many choices do I have to draw out of the hat? 7. So I automatically put that on the bottom without even reading the question. Okay? Now it says if I draw a slip from the bowl, what's the probability that the day that I draw out ends in a Y or has a Y? Well, every day in the week has a Y, doesn't it? Monday does, Tuesday does, Tuesday does. Every day has a Y. So what's the probability of me drawing a Y? 7 out of 7, which is what, Parker? 100%. Okay? So now on this problem, they give us the same 7 slips of paper. So our chances are 7. But here they say, what are the chances of the probability of it having an S in it? Monday doesn't. Tuesday does. Wednesday does. Thursday does. Friday doesn't. Saturday and Sunday have an S. So I have 5 of them that have an S out of 7. So what's the probability that when I stick my hand in, I'm going to draw one out that has an S? Which is what as a percentage? 80%. So when we did 5 divided by 7, we got 0.71, and we made that a percentage, which was 71%. Okay? Now we estimated 80%, that was close. Now at the beginning we had a definition, sample space. Sample space is the total possible. Now in this case they say there's 20 slips of paper and each one has a number on it, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 20. So how many pieces of paper are there total? 20. That 20 is your sample space. The sample space goes on bottom. Okay? So in this case it wants a number less than 5. We found that there were 4 of them. So I put 4 out of 20, 20 being your sample space. Then you divide your calculator, 4 divided by 20, and you get 0.2. And 0.2 times 100 is 20%. So the probability of you drawing a number less than 5 is 20%. Or you could say 4 out of 20. Okay, so this question says out of the 20, how many are even? Well, every one other one's even. 1's not even, but 2 is. 2 is, 4 is, 6 is, 8 is. So half of them are even. Okay? So we know that 10 of 20 are even, which is a half, which is 50%. So if you went to draw out of this hat, you got a 50% chance of drawing an even number. So this problem says, what's the probability that you'll get a number that is prime? We listed all the numbers that were prime from 1 to 20. Okay, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 of them, and how many do we have total choices in the hat?
20.
20. So when you do 9 divided by 20, you should get 0.45, which equals 45%. So what's the probability you'll draw a prime number out of the hat? 45%. 4 at the same time. And you say, well, what does that mean? That's like a coordinate plan or an ordered pair. It's not. They're asking, what's the probability of rolling a 5 and a 4? So if I had 2 dice, what's the chance when I roll them both that I'll get a 5 and a 4? Well, what's the chance I'll roll a 5? 1 out of 6. What's the chance I'll run a 4? 1 out of 6. So now I multiply them together to find the chance of rolling at the same time, and that's 1 out of 36. Okay? So you take the probability of getting a 5, you take the probability of getting a 4, you multiply them together, and that gives you the probability of getting them both at the same time.
Today we learned the definition of probability. We also learned how to get the probability of a simple.